All right, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean for the stream to end the way it did. Internet is doing some really weird stuff right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's letting me do all this other stuff on the internet. I literally can do anything else on the internet except stream right now. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird, but whatever. I didn't want to end it like we did last time when the internet went crazy. I'm going to finish out the show. And what we're going to do is I'm going to finish reading questions. I'm going to finish reading whatever questions we actually had left in the chat from when the stream had dropped. Let's go with Jay the Blerd says, what do you think about the deep cuts that Marvel are doing? They're bringing the first Captain America, the black one. Well, technically he's the second one. He's the first black Captain America. They're bringing in Patriot and even Battlestar. We actually talked about that earlier in the show. I'm perfectly fine with this. I am perfectly fine with this. It is okay. I am perfectly okay with this. Let them do it. It is fine. Damon Hampton. Oh, there's one. Damon Hampton says, can Aldous Hodge get me to like Hawkman, though? I'm not the hugest fan of Hawkman, but if anyone can make me do it, I think it would be him. Let's get into some Discord questions real quick, because we got Discord. There are questions there, and we're going to go through them. This one comes from Yasuke26. What's up, Ernie? Congrats on the 100. Joining the Discord was one of the best decisions I ever made. Do you think we'll get spinoff series in the Invincible universe? Capes Incorporated, Astounding Wolfman, guarding the globe, etc. I know you said you said you wanted to see an Isaiah Bradley flashback in the show, but do you think it'll actually happen? I hope so. You know, honestly, I hope it does happen. A huge part of me thinks it probably won't happen, but if it did happen, I'd be in for it. Even if they did it just as a flashback of Bucky, like, having nightmares about it, like, or him thinking back on it, or even if it's him, like, if it's Isaiah talking to Falcon about that moment, or any other moment for that matter, I'd be here for it. As for Invincible, I don't know if we'll get any spinoffs from Invincible, but if it is doing as well as I have been hearing, we might. We just might. I don't know what it would be, but I would definitely think we might actually see some of those Invincible comics that spun off from the those spin-off series from the Invincible comic, the main line of Invincible comics. We'll probably see it happen. Let's see. The Falcon and the Snowman says, what's good, Blerd? We made it to 100. Keep it up. Keep up the great work, brother. Looking forward to 1,000 more on that Netflix shit. So I got a quick question for you all. So recently read an article about how far-right, alt-right, red pill, etc. grifters have been targeting fandoms as a means of recruitment. So basically, they have these platforms that masquerade as comic book, gaming, movie, and TV, etc. channels or accounts to lure people that are into that stuff, but slowly induct people into more and more extreme far-right figureheads like Alex Jones, Ben Shapiro, etc. My question for you, as someone that's been in the comic book and gaming fandom for minutes, is what advice would you give to new gaming or comic book fans that want to get into the fandom but don't want to end up caught up in the trap, especially for younger fans? Okay, so here's what I would say. Here's what I would say to you as a person who would want to not be caught into that craziness. I honestly would say pay attention to what the person is saying. And I know that sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing. People of that type have the same cadences and the same mannerisms, and they usually have the same agendas and same talking points. It is actually incredibly common for people who are on the far right, people who are right-wing nuts and the such. Basically, what they do is they tend to talk very loudly and very quickly. They usually do a lot of fast talking because they know that deep down, the way the human mind is wired is that if someone hears someone say something repeatedly enough times and fast enough to where they can't really focus too much on what exactly was said, people are more inclined to believe them because they'll say, oh, well, this person must really believe what they say if they just keep going so hard with it. But there's that. I would also say watch their fandom. If you start noticing that the audience for this person is just incredibly toxic and backwards, like these people don't align with you, that is probably another sign that the person in question is probably the same way. And even if they don't seem like they are, they probably are just pretending to save face. The last thing that I will say is watch the person's social media. See what they say on social media. Watch and see what they say. See what they do. Look at how they, duck and or dodge around, dealing with problematic shit or having hot takes or, stuff like that. These are the things I would recommend. But also at the same time, usually the guys, they stick out like sore thumbs. And it's not untrue. This is actually something that's incredibly common. They try and drag people in under the auspices of talking to them about the things that they find geeky. But at the same time, what they're really doing is they're actually recruiting. And they're trying to make people come over to their way of thinking by disguising what it is they're really talking about. It happens. Sad to say. Let's see here. Black Nito says, real quick question. Were there any future state comics that kept your interest? Me personally, I'm still here for Tim Jace Fox. Also, what do you think about Black Adam now going by Shaz Adam? Okay, so for Future State, let's answer that one real quick. The Immortal Wonder Woman series and the regular Wonder Woman series with Yara Flor, those both kept my attention. I liked both of those. I liked the Justice League comic okay. The Batman comic probably held my attention a little bit better than most. The whole Shaz Adam thing, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I like Black Adam being on the Justice League, though. I just don't like the name. I don't like the name. They can keep the name. They need to go back and workshop the name. Ed Boy the Cut says, what is something you would like to see Milestone do this go around with some characters, including new ones? I would actually like to see them delve some into mythology and fantasy and get a little away from pure sci-fi. Yeah, I would be down for that. I mean, they kind of dabbled in it a little bit in the original run in regards to the character Kwai on the Blood Syndicate. I would like to see a little more of that. I would like to see a little more mythology, a little more, gods and fantasy stuff. Actually, what I would love to see, I would actually love to see a modern fantasy, kind of like what we see in books like Once and Future, but I want to see it from like a black perspective. I would like to see it from a black perspective. I would like to see something like that. I would also like to see them delve into a little bit of horror. A little bit of horror would go a long way for me, personally. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. That said, I want to go. Okay, so those were all the questions and everything. The show, honestly, sadly, the show ended a little bit earlier than I had initially planned. Like I say, internet just kind of messed everything up. But the good news is we're still able to record this. I was still able to get some of the questions that were already in the Discord, and we were kind of close to wrapping up on questions in the chat anyway. But so technically, it probably, with this added on, is probably closer to what it would have been had it not have been what it was. Whatever. But that said, hopefully next week we'll be back. We'll hopefully have Carter back in the building with us. We'll have to kind of play that one by ear. You never know. Miss Gladys is out here in these streets. She's got him low-key held hostage, and y'all gotta pray for your boy. # free Carter. Also, want to say, if you guys want to go check out some of the new videos and stuff I got out, don't forget to go check out the new Dr. Fate video. Make sure to share that bad boy everywhere. Also, keep your eyes peeled. Got some other videos that are going to be coming out here over the next couple of days. Trying to play catch up on some things. I've gotten really behind, and I hope you guys had a good time while the Blerd Cave was live for this 100th episode. I apologize again for the internet issues. It always feels like the internet messes around on me when it's the worst possible timing. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and showing so much support, so much love, so much energy, and everything. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and also from Carter, who is not here right now, but I know he feels the same. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys 3,000. I want you all to stay blessed, stay happy. More importantly, keep it plus ultra, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.